Hey, this is Tom with the Tom White Group. Today I want to talk to you about how to reach your real estate goals and give you a few tips. So, my first tip is pretty easy. Write them down. I mean, if you don't have them written down, they're going to be hard to see if you make them or not. So, write those goals down. The second tip kind of goes with the first tip is it's very important that you schedule time to review how you're doing with your goals. Okay, if you need to course correct, if your goal is to sell say 25 homes, you need to course correct every month to see if you're on that path or not. So it's very important that you set some time to schedule when you're looking at your goals and how you're doing. Okay, now the next thing that I think is also really important is they need to be realistic. Okay, so having realistic goals is very important. So what did you do the year before? One thing I like to do is think about a 25% increase, 30% increase. If you're new to real estate, one idea is how much money did you make in your previous job? Did you make $50,000? Maybe you should look at selling real estate that'll make you $50,000. I think that's an important thing to do. Sometimes I see some new agents and they want to make $200,000 a year, $100,000 a year. And I asked them, well, how much money did you make before? Well, I was making like $25,000, $30,000. Not that it's not achievable, but let's set some realistic goals. The next thing I think you should do is you should calculate them. So if you want to make, say, $100,000, let's do the calculations that's going to show you what you need to do. How many homes you need to sell, what's the price point of the sell, and also what's your ratio, how much commissions are you going to get. That's pretty easy, but you're also going to have some expenses too, so let's pull those expenses out there. Finally, the most important thing I think is the goals are fairly easy, but once you come up with the goals, let's create what the work is going to be needed for you to get those goals. And I'd like to see it if you can do what the daily work is going to be. If the daily work is going to be, I need to contact a certain amount of people to have a certain amount of clients, and if I have that many clients, it's going to help me have that many homes. I think that's very important for you to do. So you need to have some daily work goals, and I think if you put in the work, and if you course correct, I think you're really going to have some incredible success. Finally, my last, I guess, bonus tip is going to be that you figure out a way that you can win the day and figure out a way you can win the week. And then with enough weeks, you'll win the month and win the year. So what does that look like? It looks like, hey, I'm going to call a certain amount of people a day, so I'm going to call this many people a day. Or, hey, I'm going to add this many people to my SOI. And if I can do that on a day, I can either win the day or I lose the day. And if I have enough wins for the day, I'll probably win the week. And so everything's not lost. So you might have a bad day, but just because you have one bad day doesn't mean you have to have a bad week. And just because you have one week that you lose, you might be able to win it there. You might be able to win the next week, and then eventually win the month, win the year, and create your goals. I love goals. If you want to talk about it more, I would love to talk to you. We're also doing some meetings. I'd love to see you. Give me a shout and let's talk.